Hello, family, friends, and fans. I'm Fletcher Rhoden, and this is the Five and Dime, track by track. It's a song by song analysis of my compilation of the best songs and performances from between 2005 and 2010, hence the title, The Five and Dime. This was my Christian period. I was a progressive Christian. I still am a progressive Christian at heart. I don't always stay in tune with the Christian church, though. Honestly, I'm still tight with Jesus, and I still value the teachings, but I don't so much hang with I call them the Jesus Cave Crew, a nod to the show Peep Show. But I'm not always in step with what the church is into, and I don't really practice religion. I guess I sort of perfected it. But I did write a book about being a progressive Christian called the Progressive Christian Handbook, which is under the name Jenny Friendswith, Jenni Friendswith, FRENDSWITH, and it's in a paperback and Kindle, and also in audiobook format, which I narrate myself. So let's move on, though, shall we? Today's song is "Jesus on My Side." All right, now this is a song about judgment. You know, the Bible says that when you're a Christian, everybody stands in judgment, right? Everybody. And what the Bible says is that the Christians feel this is that Jesus is the judge. You stand before Jesus with Elijah on one side of him and Moses on the other. Now that makes sense because Elijah and Moses were the two prophets that Jesus was consulting with in Gethsemane before his arrest. So he's the judge, and he was so badly judged by humanity, it only makes sense that he'd get to be the judge. I mean, that's biblical irony. Blyirony, they call it. So it only makes sense that that's the case. This song is about that. That when anybody stands before God, there is Jesus with the two prophets, and Jesus. There's a saying in the Bible. There's a phrase or a verse in the Bible that is basically goes like this: if you testify to the Father before man, then the Son will testify to man before the Father. So once again, if man testifies to the Father before man, then the Son will testify for the man before the Father. So basically, it's if you utter your testimony of faith when you're alive to other men, then Jesus, who's the Son, will testify to your faith before God, before the Father. But everybody stands in judgment. Now, whether or not you really hold to this scenario as how it's going to be or what the Bible truly intends, it's what the Bible says. It says it several times. So this song is just about that. I'll have Jesus on my side. I've got Moses on my side. I've got Elijah on my side. And I like the loose, slow swing of it, the bluesy shuffle in the minor key. I think this is a minor key song that I really favor, in my religious music, because I don't like that all for it to be so major key, mid-tempo. A lot of Christian contemporary music is that always in a major key, always mid-tempo, never too fast, never too slow, always pretty bland. That's not my kind of Christianity. It's not my kind of Christian music either, But it is sometimes it was appropriate for some songs. For Child of the Most High God, that was an appropriate type of thing, a read. But I prefer the Dylan Christianity, the Muscle Shoals, American Southern Baptist Christian music than the West Coast Christian contemporary. It's different, significantly different. But so this song, Jesus on My Side, has a much more of a Muscle Shoals American South feel, you know. Um, and it's got a cool bridge, and it's, yeah, yeah. It's not like a masterpiece song or anything, but it is a good song from the era. It's a good, strong religious song that doesn't succumb to the cliches of contemporary Christian middle of the road music. So you get a little bit of teeth with it. It's Christian music. You get a little bit of teeth, a little bit of grit, a little bit of that Southern gravy on there. Mm, I like it anyway. It's a recipe I enjoy. Maybe you will too. Check it out. There's a link below this video. You can go right to it for free. You can come back to this analysis and watch it again and go back and forth over and over again. Spend the rest of the day doing that. Or you could listen to the whole album by going to the overview episode where there's a link to the full playlist. Or you can research it on your own. Or you can listen to my other songs, my other albums, read my books. I got a lot of stuff. But hey, one thing at a time, right? Jesus on my side. Maybe this will get you going. I hope it does. There's another analysis coming up. Tune in for it. And until then, bye, Mary.